We are a sugar industry. I think the single most largest sugar producer, raw sugar producer in Africa. And our operations are predominantly labor intensive, so you can imagine we've got about 7,000 employees. So the safety agenda is not something that we take for granted. And it speaks directly to our vision as Zambia Sugar to ensure that there is a safe workplace for everyone and that everyone goes back home better than they did when they came for work. And we use the word better because on our estate, we also have the hospital. So if you're sick, you can be attended to by a doctor and go home better. So the drive for safety starts from the top, and we've seen that from what Mr. Magwenzi just mentioned right now. And I'll just talk about a few things that we're also driving, and you can also see it from our booth when you step outside as Zambia Sugar. But to put it broader into context, Zambia Sugar is a member of Associated British Foods Sugar, which is a subsidiary of Associated British Foods. I think for those that come from the UK, you'd know of Primark. Primark is equally a subsidiary of ABF, and ABF has a sugar division. In Africa, they exist in 6 countries. That's South Africa, Zambia, Malawi, Rwanda, Eswatini. I think I've covered, and Tanzania. We also have our sister company here, Kilombero Sugar. So it's quite a big operation, and similar to the operations that you have in Zambia, which are labor intensive, you equally have quite a number of people operating on our estates. A few years ago, I think about 2 years ago, we positioned safety as our #1 priority as an organization, which meant we had to put our money where our mouth is. There is a saying that says that every dollar a company invests in workplace safety, the result amounts to a $4 return on investment, because your biggest resource in almost every organization is your human resource. Human beings can go far and beyond if they feel valued, if they feel safe, and machinery can only go up to its rated capacity. So I think investment in safety is paramount. Getting back to this year's theme, which is Workplace 5.0, we have also, as Zambia Sugar, invested significantly in basically modernizing, digitalizing all of our safe areas, And I'll talk about that in brief. In the year 2024, we spent about £3.2 million just in workplace safety. And some of the things that we actually did, for example, we've got 7,000 employees working across 16,000 hectares, and on a daily basis, these employees will be faced with different hazards. So how do you capture all those hazards and actually take action? So taking this information from the cane cutter, from the harvester, was a significant challenge for us. So we have developed systems integrating on things that we use day to day, such as WhatsApp, but then building upon that APIs that can actually give us real-time dashboards and real-time information for us to actually track those areas where we've got significant hazards, and then have people actually take action, and more importantly, give feedback to the employees that something is actually being done. So imagine doing this for 7,000 employees. This has actually enabled us to improve our near-miss reporting from, I think when we started, we were about 20% of the employees giving near misses to 80% as of last month. As a huge estate, we also have quite a number of, sometimes I would say, encroachers and people trying to steal cane. So you have quite a huge security team, but at the same time, we're a values-driven business, so there's no heavy-handed methods that we take against people. So given such a scenario, you had to think outside the box in terms of how do you protect your assets without affecting your security teams. And we've employed the use of drones. So when you come to our estate, you find multiple drones that typically deter anyone that's actually trying to intrude on our estate. And our emerging security team basically follows after the drones come in. So it's not a case of the medieval times where you go with a baton or a gun to chase people off the estate, creating more social problems, but actually doing it in a humane manner, and we've also started now to work on artificial intelligence embedded in the drone that can actually speak to the same people that are coming through, and you do it basically seamlessly to deter people. When you go to our stand, you see that one of our key areas also being a huge logistics business, in that we also have to transport our sugar all across the country, is people-vehicle interaction. So there's quite a number of vehicles from hauling cane all the way to distributing sugar. So how then do you actually separate human beings from the machinery? So a lot of gadgets have been added to our equipment, such as proximity switches. Infrared detection is something that we're also pursuing that actually helps you prevent people from being injured. But I think the last thing that I'd like to mention is that basically, because we're an industry, we're a factory, so to speak, what's important is that every time you do any form of enhancement, any form of expansion to your plant, that safety is top of mind. So you realize that almost everything that's actually coming in now, be it running of our boilers all the way to running of our packing station, the ergonomics and the safety that's involved there is embedded in the design itself. That makes it very easy for people to run equipment that is quite dangerous. You can run remotely, so we've got a distributed control system where people can actually run all these activities without interfacing direct with the machinery, because in some cases you're dealing with areas where temperatures can be as high as 800 degrees Celsius. So moving away from what you'd have seen at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution to embracing Workplace 5.0 by actually bringing in industrial safety as you do your enhancements of the factory. So I think on that note, our managing director has actually invited everyone to come to Zambia next year. And I think you will probably be able to marvel at some of the things that we've implemented on site. And we are proud of that. Being an African country, like most of the people that are here, we are usually seen to be behind on technology. But we've taken the next step where whatever is coming our end, we invest in it, and we are bold enough to implement it, and in that manner make our workplace safer for everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you to Mr. Oswald Magwenzi and Mr. Colin Phil.